Alright, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Who are, or what is the, who are the strong black men? I was doing it, I did a video, and I think I'm just going to erase it and try this one. And I'm going to use some examples. And no offense to the guys that I said strong and the ones I said weak, because I don't know these guys personally. I'm just using their persona to make my point. We have to separate strength from uh, weakness that looks like strength, I would say. And this is what I mean by that. Oh, excuse me. Snap City, man. Uh, Neil deGrasse would be a strong black man. And I would say Pliers would be, or 2 Chainz would be, a weak black man. The difference is this. Neil deGrasse wanted to be a scientist, and he had to go through a shitload of obstacles in school because they was miseducating him, for one, and anybody who's smart black male knows this. When you're in school and you're smart, the teachers usually try to fuck with you or dumb you down the whole way you're in school. From grade school to high school to college to grad school, they always fucking with you. You know, if your project was deserves an A, your ass is gonna get a B or a C plus. That's just the way. That's how it works. You can never be this. Blah blah blah. And so to reach the level that he's reached, it takes a good deal of perseverance, discipline, and willing to go through the unfairnesses, which is not a real word, whatever, but the unfairness of life situations and people's racism and hatred towards them. So to me, that makes him a strong black man. While I say Plies and 2 Chainz, they both are college educated guys. I think Plies was actually a tennis player, and 2 Chainz was a basketball player, but they both went to college and got college educated. But when you listen to them and the way that they present themselves, they sound like fucking idiots. And their claim to fame was playing into stereotypes to make money. So to me, that's not strength. That's what would you call it? Cooning for a buck. You know, because it's a profitable way to go, but it's cooning for a buck. You know, so I can't say they didn't make money doing what they did, but at the same time, they know exactly that they were, instead of actually being what they wanted to be to a degree, some of them maybe that is what they want to be. I don't know, but they played into every negative stereotype to get where they're at, even though they were smart enough to know they didn't necessarily have to, if they felt like they had the skills that they say they have. A whole nother story. Now, business-wise, their business acumen, and I would say Plies' business acumen is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie about that, but the cooning makes him weak. Strong black man. I know this is gonna sound crazy to some of y'all, but Ray Lewis. Weak, Rick Ross. Now, reason I say that is this. Ray Lewis went from being one of the most hated people, just like Michael Vick to a degree, hated people for his actions years ago, to one of the most respected people for him putting the effort in to show people this is who I am. I don't care what you put about me in publications. You're going to see 10, 15, 20 years of me putting in this kind of work to show you this is my life. This is the life that I really have. This is who I really am. And to me, that's a symbol of strength, because that's a person who makes mistakes and bounces back from them, and also, you know, not only just learns from his mistakes, but builds upon his mistakes and uses them for a positive purpose to inspire other people. And I think if you YouTube him, he has this little talk that he has in Miami about effort, and I still watch that every now and then to this day, because it's a great thing to say. And the reason that's why I say he's strong is when I say Rick Ross is weak is because on the flip side, you a correctional officer who told the world you was a gangster, who stole a gangster's identity and his whole persona, and you're supposed to be loved and revered for that. To me, that's some fuck shit. You know, if you to say, look, man, I was a cop, you know, I turned out to be a rapper. This is what it is. You know, it's just the character, right? But no, instead of saying that shit, you know, he acted like he was too hard to. Oh, you know, man, it's just, you know, man, it's some sucker shit. But shut the fuck up, because I know a lot of people who can accept who they are, and that's why I said that's the difference between the strength and the weakness. Like Ray Lewis accepted who he was. The rapper Rick Ross played into shit. I mean, are both of them successful? Yes. Can I deny that? But some people are successful and respected, and some people are successful and you just can't respect. That's how I look at both of them. So you look at one as strong. To me, one is strong, one is weak. I'm using, you know, things like to make these points. Kids that don't join gangs are the strong ones. The weak ones are the kids that join gangs. Because it's not a family. You don't need that protection. And strong kids know that. Like, y'all ain't my fucking family. You know why I know y'all ain't my family? Because if I got locked up doing some shit for y'all, you motherfuckers wouldn't come to visit. You wouldn't put money on no books. You know, y'all say y'all take care of people's families and shit when they down. No, y'all don't. You know, y'all just fuck their girl and break them off a few dollars every now and then. But y'all, and you leave the dudes hanging, no lawyer fees, no nothing. That's bullshit. You run the block, but you don't own nothing on it. That's weak shit. But most people don't look at it that way. You know, they join the gang, gonna feel powerful because I'm in a group. In a group of what? A group of people who don't have conflict resolution, who couldn't walk up to you like a man and say I got a problem with you and handle it like two men, whether it be talking it out or fighting it out or even shooting it out. I don't care, but everybody has to have a sneak attack. They can't. Their mentality can't fathom the fact that you can walk to a man up to his face, look him in his eyes, and tell him or show him exactly what it's about. They can't do that. They jump out boys a lot of times. You know, I gotta jump you, I gotta jump out of the car, I gotta ambush you type shit. You know. So to me, the strong ones are the ones who find their own way. The weak ones are the ones who join gangs. The strong ones are the ones that have vision. See, the strong guys are the ones who have a long-term plan. The weak ones are the guys who have a short-term plan that looks good. I.e., if anybody saw the movie or the play Raising in the Sun, the strong man would have been the father. I think the most recent Raising in the Sun was the one with Felicia Rashad played the mother. You know, the father passed or whatever, and Diddy played the son. I think Sanaa Lathan played the sister. I'm missing somebody, but that's neither here nor there. And I brought this movie up a couple other times in a couple other videos. The father worked years and years and years to provide for the family, knowing that when he died, they would be provided for, just with his labor, with the things he saved up. Well, Diddy's character, the son, wanted to be making million dollar deals and feel important. And instead of doing his due diligence research and putting the family first, he went for the fast buck and fucked everybody up, fucked up the whole game because he was taking chances. And the problem, and the reason between the strength and the weakness part, sometimes the strength is usually, as my grandparents would say, you know, you're standing on the shoulders of people that came before you. Once you acknowledge that you're standing on, the strong people can acknowledge they're standing on the shoulders of the people that came before them. and realize, once you realize you're standing there, you have a responsibility to fortify yourself to be the shoulders that your next generation will stand on. The weak cats, I got to get mine while they're standing on somebody else's shoulders. Which, you're only strong as your weakest link. That's my point. The strong black men are the ones who are not defined by their dick action. What I mean by that is this: if you deal as a man, if you deal with women, whether you're married, whether you're single, and when you don't deal with those women no more, if the vast majority of them still respect you, you're a strong black man. If you're one of those guys who the vast majority of the women that you've encountered do not respect you, you're weak. I'm going to tell you why. Because being a heterosexual man means you have heterosexual sexual urges. But that doesn't mean your dick defines you. And that's where some brothers get messed up because, one of my favorite movie lines is from I Think I Love My Wife. This is when the boss was talking to Chris Rock. And he says, he made him put the quarter on the table and he says, look, you'll always lose money chasing women, but you'll never lose women chasing money. And Chris Rock started seeing the kind of fool he had been. And this is the difference between the guys who don't maybe chasing money, maybe chasing their ambition, maybe chasing their dreams, maybe chasing their vision. Everybody else will come along for the ride. You might not want all those people, you might have to cut some people and throw some people away, or toss them back and say, look, you can't come. But those people will come. But the weak ones will, I just gotta hit it. And you can tell the difference because the strong men say, what are you doing? What are you about? Who are you? What are you doing for me to respect you? And the weak ones will say, well, are you getting pussy? Both men could be sexually active, but you see the mentality of strength and weakness. The man of strength has a goal in mind of something that is far larger than a sexual encounter. The weak one can only define themselves by how many sexual conquests they have, which means they have no fucking goals except for fucking. So, I mean, I could go on and on with shit like this, but to me it's just a small blueprint of, who are the strong ones, who are the weak ones. Tell me what you think.